But it's time to look at the headlines across Nigerian newspapers, and I have with me right here in the studio to make sense of all of this. Odufowokan is here to join us. Dari, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Great. And on Zoom, I have broadcast journalist Ify Onyegbule. Honorable Ify, good morning.
Honorable.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good to see you, really.
That you see she's looking honorable.
Yeah, Dari says you're looking honorably, like an honorable.
Well, thank you, guys. Good to be
All right.
here.
Now let's get into the papers now. First news is where we start from. First news says Zamfara bandits now in house-to-house raids. Zamfara bandits now in house-to-house raids. Okay. All right, this is scary, and of course we may talk about this as we get along. Then Vanguard newspaper says unending insecurity, gunmen kill 13 in Zamfara, Kogi, and 8 abducted in Ekiti. 6 killed, palaces of traditional rulers, houses razed in Kogi community. 7 killed in Zamfara community, livestock rustled. 8 abducted in Ekiti. 50 million naira ransom demanded. All right, but in all of this, Dari, remember we can't call them terrorists. Remember, that's the advice. Okay, now Daily Trust is next now, and it says Ohanaeze begs IPOB for peace as federal government insists on Anambra election. Ohanaeze begs IPOB for peace as federal government insists on Anambra election. Of course, we'll talk about this too as we get along. Now, let's go to New Telegraph. New Telegraph says Anambra bows to IPOB, adopts Saturday school as residents observe stay at home on Mondays out of fear. All right, National Assembly Committee or Joint Committee on INEC meets Commission's leadership, security heads, and for INEC to explain to them how prepared they are for elections. But INEC says they are ready and good to go. From there, let's go to the Punch newspaper. Punch says PDP moves to save convention, pressure Secondos over suit. We've received no response to our suit, says Oyetibo, and ruling holds today. Don't make our party ungovernable. BOT chair appeals to Secondos. All right, that's the politics on the front page of the Punch newspaper. The Nation newspaper is next. And it says governors lobby senators, reps against direct primaries. Governors lobby senators, reps against direct primaries. We have gone far with Electoral Act amendment, says Senate spokesman. Okay, we've gone far already. All right, that's the Nation newspaper. Business Day is next. Hassan Odukale built First Bank majority stake in less than a year. Hassan Odukale built First Bank majority stake in less than a year. That's what Business Day is saying. That's Business Day. National economy is next, and it says absence of intermodal transport plan threatens proposed deep sea ports. That's the national economy. Daily Times says tension in universities over sharing formula of 22.1 billion naira earned allowances. Okay, that's a Daily Times. Leadership newspaper says 2022 budget defense, Senate rejects a 287 billion naira loan request for water projects. This Nigeria says to fix Lagos-Badagry Expressway, 20 others. Okay, federal government okays 621.2 billion naira. Okay, that's to fix the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Okay, from there, let's go to News Direct. Bad roads. Federal Executive Council approves NNPC's 612.2 billion naira request for 21 roads. All right, that includes the Lagos Badagry Expressway we're talking about. From there, let's go to Blueprint. Amidst outcry, Federal Executive Council okays 621 billion naira NNPC fund to fix 21 roads. Daily Independent, NNPC gets approval to fix 21 federal roads at 621.2 billion naira. Okay, that's more than half a trillion naira. That's a lot. Daily Independent. All right, Daily Sun is next. Federal government blows 1.35 trillion naira on fuel subsidy this year to spend another 1.35 trillion naira before July 2022. Okay, that's Daily Sun. Nigeria Tribune is next. NNPC takes over 21 federal roads to spend 621.2 billion naira. Okay, Lagos Badagry Expressway, Ibadan Ilorin Way, Oyo Bomosho section, Aba Ikotekbene Road, Ilorin Jebba Mokwa, Bakoni sections 1 and 2, Zaria Funtua Gusau, Sokoto, others. All right, that's all federal roads there. From there, let's go to this night. This day is the last one we're looking at now. 124 years after Cambridge University hands over Benin bronze cockerel to Nigeria. It was a fanfare when the papers were being signed, and you can see at almost at the bottom corner of the page there, the pictures were so amazing when this came out yesterday. Okay, from there let's talk about these issues now. Security concerns with Nigeria. Dari, I believe that when you saw this headline, Zamfara bandits now in house-to-house raid, you chuckled a little bit, and I can only imagine what goes through your mind when we juxtapose that against the fact that respected cleric Sheikh Gumi still says bandits are not terrorists, and if you tag them terrorists, Nigeria will end.
And then if Nigeria isn't ending now, what signs are this? The bandits now move from house to house. They're not going there for salutations. They're going there to carry out what they know how to do. To kill, to maim, to abduct, to loot, to rustle cattle. And while I would say that we should see that as a two-pointer, in the sense that if they now, as much as they degenerate to moving from house to house, it shows there is a decline in the initial activities of kidnapping and making demand for ransom. Somehow, that looks to be on the decline. We can see that.
So it looks like they're becoming desperate.
They are now becoming desperate
for money.
That
on the papers yesterday, just to add this, on the papers yesterday, it was that they had imposed taxes on some of the houses and given them ultimatums
to pay. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe the pressure on them in the business of kidnapping is mounting, and that seems to be closing gradually. But this desperation is what we should look at. It shows how grounded they are, how much on ground they are, and how unpoliced and insecure our country is. If they can come out, impose taxes, come back to collect the taxes in exchange for the freedom of the people to move around, to farm, to harvest. I saw a situation where one of them asked for 6 million naira from a particular community if they must harvest their crops this year. Otherwise, nobody should go to the farms because his men will pick them up. And the community were going about gathering the money because they don't have an alternative. The police is not there. The military is not able to do anything. Now, they can now move house to house. Give me what you have so that I don't harm or abduct you. Do we still have just one country under one leadership? Is this still a sovereign nation? Aren't we at war with ourselves? So these are questions we should ask when we hear things like this. It worries one that we have degenerated to this level. It bothers one that miscreants, criminals, terrorists and now that we used to think a far away land, and now just next door to us, and right at our doorstep, even with this development. It's unfortunate, but it's
really a sad situation. Let me bring Ify Onyegbule here. Ify, I know you've gone through some of these headlines, and as the stories come out, you've been following them as well. And I know you are as concerned or as worried as any other Nigerian. But when you see on the front page of First News, when they said that Zamfara bandits now in house-to-house raid, and it's followed up by the Vanguard that says gunmen killed 13 in Zamfara, Kogi, 8 abducted in Ekiti. It takes us back to the same issues we've been analyzing in the last couple of months or maybe even years, whether things are getting better when the assurances are coming from security agents or government officials or not. What do you make of this?
Well, it's clear. How can anyone say that things are getting better? Dari has pretty much laid it on the table, for people to be mandated to go raise 6 million naira before they go to the farm where they have to go harvest their crop to probably sell and put food on their table. Now they have to go look for money so that some people can allow them get into their farm. I think that is utter, I don't want to use the word on live television, but it's truly, truly sad. That's the truth. And you're asking yourself the question, look at the 2 states that you've mentioned. One place they're going from house to house, the other state, people have been killed. And you're asking yourself the question, is there a government in place in those states? What exactly is the federal government doing? Why is everyone focusing on the state where elections will happen as we speak? So much is going on, and I'm saying, look, sincerity of purpose is what we need to be talking about now. And someone is going about saying, look, you don't call them terrorists, they are bandits. I'm not interested in whatever name that people are known as or they're called. The idea is for Nigerians to sleep with their eyes closed. I also saw a report, I think sometime in the week, where government is proposing going to shut down the IDP camps. And you're wondering, why do you want to go shut down these camps? People have been sacked from their homes because of insecurity. People get killed because of whatever reason that government is not able to wade into the matter and get to deal with it. And you're coming up with going to shut down those IDP centers.
Yeah, it's really troubling.
Everyone is looking forward to 2023.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say that it's very sad, and I think that that's where government should be looking, both states and federal government. You need to look at what it is that's going on there and find a way to bring peace and sanity to that place. Because how do you put it side by side with the fact that they're saying to us that, look, we're winning the war. You're winning the war, and people are going and knocking on people's doors now, collecting what it is that they have. Sometimes they have nothing, and you're threatening them that you take them away if they don't give you whatever it is that you're asking for. Things are going pretty bad. And I hope it doesn't get worse, because for politicians now, everyone's looking forward to 2023. No one is thinking about what is happening right now. Now, tell me who's going to come out to vote for you when everyone is dead. It's practically impossible for you to begin to plan towards an election when the people are not safe. Security is such a big issue, and people are just continuing to play politics. I don't think we should continue to beg the issue as we speak here on television, on radio, even on the pages of newspapers. There is something fundamentally wrong, and Nigeria must take charge, so that tomorrow we don't sit and look back and say these are the things that we did not do, and those things are coming back to haunt us.
All right, now, Dari, the advice that federal government should not tag bandits as terrorists, even though they've done almost exactly the things that Boko Haram would do, or worse things that IPOB would do. The difference between them and Boko Haram, maybe from what people say, is that they have not thrown bombs or carried out suicide bombing the way that has been done from the reports and comparison analysts are making. But the federal government's not necessarily making or saying anything about this, and not seem to be adhering to the advice that they shouldn't be tagged terrorists. What do you make of that?
And they've not thrown bombs. Well, we have reports that they brought down aircrafts. and we've seen bandit kingpins coming out to claim responsibility for heinous acts like burning down places and razing villages. What's the difference? If you throw a bomb that kills 20 and you raise an entire village of 86, 85 people. So I don't see the difference. But I don't see bandits. I've stopped using the word bandits for these people. They are terrorists. I refer to them as terrorists.
Well,
but
the Sheikh said we shouldn't call them terrorists.
Well, I do in my analysis, in my writings. They are terrorists. And when we keep waiting for, you see, in Nigeria there is a lot of hypocrisy. Why are we waiting for the federal government to declare them terrorists? Who called them bandits? Was it the federal government? It wasn't. We called them bandits. We started with government.
Unknown
government. So it wasn't. At what point did the word unknown government disappeared? Were we instructed by the federal government? The answer is no. Then we moved to calling them bandits. At the time they were called herdsmen. We determine what they are. The earlier we tell ourselves the truth that these are, if we start calling them terrorists, what will the federal government do? The answer is nothing, absolutely nothing, because we feel the pain, not the people in Aso Rock. And it is what we call them that the international community will see them as. If we continue to call them bandits who are miscreants and small criminals, then it means that's what they are to us. And until we actually let the world know, we are in agreement that Boko Haram is a terrorist organization. I tell you, Mike, majority of the bandits groups are offshoots or appendages of Boko Haram and ISWAP, and that has been established with the leaders killed, the faces we are seeing when arrested. These are people who have links with what is going on in the northeast. Some of them left the northeast to carry out this activity. It has also been established. It has also been established that some of them are fundraising wings of both Boko Haram and ISWAP. So, what further evidence do we need to call them, not declare them as federal government? Somebody is saying Gumi did not address the federal government when he spoke. We should stop turning around the narratives. What he said, he wants Nigerians not to call bandits terrorists, because if you call them bandits, things will get worse. Okay, we are calling them bandits, or I am calling them bandits. What worse can they do than what we've seen? If we continue to treat them with kids' glove, we won't get help.
Right.
And if help doesn't come our way, we can't conquer these people. They will get worse. Boko Haram started as a group of urchins, street urchins, that graduated into political thugs, that eventually graduated into aggrieved thugs. And when they were not properly managed, they headed to the woods and became a terrorist organization. We shouldn't wait until this repeats itself.
All right. We're going to, let me bring Ify here just to talk about, just in 1 minute, the Daily Trust says Ohanaeze begs IPOB for peace as federal government insists on Anambra election. Ify, I wonder, we just have about less than about 8 days or so to the election in Anambra State. I want a governorship election. I wonder how concerned you are regarding security.
Very concerned as it is, and I must say, this is me now talking, Ify Onyegbule, and I'm not speaking for anyone. I think it's the federal government who should be doing the talking, not Ohanaeze begging IPOB as it is. And I'm not happy that we have to walk away from what it was that you and Dari were talking about calling names, name calling and what have we. There is a government official, the AGF, who has been on television all over the place, name calling and ascribing people to things that are not supposed to be. You wake up one morning, you say it's the IPOB that did this. You wake up the next day, you say this person is sponsoring Boko Haram as it is. But when you talk about what it is that the northern urchins are doing, people come after you and all of that. This is Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to everybody. And I think the government, the federal government, should take responsibility for what it is that's going on. If you need to bring people to the table, we see people who go maim and kill people. You bring them, you say they have repented, you collect whatever arms it is that they have, you're sending them abroad to go train them, you want to integrate them back into the society, and you're ostracizing the others. The idea is for you to bring everyone to the table. You need to listen to them and find out what it is that they are aggrieved about.
All right.
I think the time to do that is now.
All right, thank you, Ify. Now, Dari, just in 10 seconds, what concerns you have? INEC is giving assurances the election will go on, as it's supposed.
I'm in total support of INEC sticking to the election holding. I want to appeal, maybe probably join Ohanaeze to tell IPOB to give peace a chance in Anambra. If the election fails to hold, the implications are terrible for the state, for the people, for the region.
All right.
So, in the interest of peace, you cannot claim to be fighting for a people and be inflicting
pains on them, social pains, or economic pains.
Social, economic, political.
All right.
If there is chaos in that state, the people will suffer.
All right. We have to leave it here now. Thank you so much, Dari Odufowokan, for coming on the program. Thank you. Ify Onyegbule, thank you very much for coming on the program. Honorable Ify Onyegbule, thank you.
Thank you for having me.